the dust has settled. After the universe-shattering clash with the paradox, the multiverse finally finds its balance. Son Goku awakens, not in his own world, but in a realm of pure, formless light. Here, time is a forgotten concept, and existence itself is just a whisper. As his senses return, he notices it, a single golden flame hovering gently beside him. It's the last ember of his infinite instinct, pulsing with a faint, divine warmth. From the endless white, a voice, ancient and soft, calls his name, a sound that seems to echo from the very beginning of all things. Then the void shifts. A being of pure energy, a kaleidoscope of light and shadow, materializes before him. "I am the Eternal Keeper," it announces, its voice the hum of a billion galaxies. Guardian of the final truth. The Keeper explains a chilling reality. The multiverse has reached its peak. To avoid collapsing under the weight of its own perfection, it must be reset, wiped clean in a grand cycle of destruction and rebirth. It is the natural order. But this is Goku we're talking about. He clenches his fists, the familiar fire of defiance in his eyes. He refuses to accept it. "No," he declares, his voice cutting through the silence. "Everyone, everything, they deserve the right to keep going. I won't let you erase them." The Keeper doesn't argue. Instead, it raises a hand, and the void erupts. The spectral flames of every god who ever fell, from every timeline, every forgotten reality, swirl into a cosmic storm, a torrent of divine power aimed directly at Goku. This is the trial of the final flame, a test of will against the inevitable. Goku roars, his aura exploding outwards. He doesn't just tap into one form of instinct, he merges them all. Ultra Instinct Sign, the perfected silver-haired state, the raw power of his infinite instinct, channeling everything into a single, radiant sphere of golden energy. He holds it aloft, a defiant sun against the storm of ending. The Keeper's divine tempest crashes against his shield of will. As the immense power presses in, visions flood Goku's mind. He sees it all, a lifetime of struggle and triumph flashing before his eyes. Krillin's first death, the battle with Frieza on a dying Namek, Cell's perfect terror, the sacrifice against Majin Buu, the tournament of power, and the clash with the paradox. Every victory, every devastating loss, they fuel him, but the strain is immense. The brilliant sphere of his infinite flame begins to flicker, threatening to die out. As Goku struggles to hold on, the Eternal Keeper's voice cuts through the chaos, not with a threat, but with a question, a riddle that pierces deeper than any attack. What is power without purpose? The question echoes in Goku's mind, and for a moment, he falters. Power to be the strongest? Power to win? It suddenly feels hollow, and then he sees them. Not as visions, but in his heart. Chi-Chi, waiting at home. Gohan, the scholar and warrior. Goten, Pan, and Vegeta, his eternal rival, his friend. He realizes his strength was never for himself. It was for them. It was to protect, to give others a chance to live, to laugh, to love. His purpose wasn't just to be strong, it was to be their shield. That single spark of understanding ignites something deep within him. The fading, flickering ember of his instinct doesn't just stabilize, it erupts. The small golden flame transforms into a roaring, blinding inferno of creation itself. This is no longer just instinct. This is the final flame. With a renewed spirit, Goku charges. The clash that follows is beyond comprehension. He and the Eternal Keeper collide, and with every strike, entire galaxies are born and erased in the blink of an eye. The fabric of reality itself unravels. Space folds. Time freezes. Even the gods watching from their distant realms can no longer perceive the battle. It has transcended their understanding of existence. In the heart of the storm, Goku feels the final flame not just as a power but as a part of him. It merges with his very soul, his DNA, his spirit. He is no longer mortal, no longer just a god. He is something new. The Eternal Saiyan. As he reaches this new state, the Keeper's assault ceases. The storm of divine fire dissipates, and the being of light and shadow floats before him, its form calm. "You have passed," the keeper says, and a startling truth is revealed. It was never his enemy. The trial, the threat of destruction, it was all a test to see if existence itself, embodied by this one stubborn Saiyan, possessed the will to evolve beyond its limits. Goku, now a being of pure, creative will, doesn't seek to destroy or rule. He opens his hands, and the boundless energy of the final flame pours out of him. It's not a wave of destruction, but of life. The energy flows into the void, breathing life into dormant stars, reawakening forgotten realms, and seeding new worlds. He has the power to rule as the supreme god of all, but he refuses. He chooses not to be a king, but to be the guiding spark within creation, the silent promise of hope and potential. The Eternal Keeper watches, and for the first time, a smile seems to grace its shifting form. "You've done what none before you could," it says, bowing its head in respect before dissolving into a shower of starlight, its purpose fulfilled. From the embers of the old and the fire of Goku's will, a new multiverse is born, brighter, freer, and filled with infinite possibilities. As Goku floats in this new, vibrant reality, he feels a familiar spark, a powerful, prideful, and impossibly stubborn energy. Vegeta, reborn somewhere in this new creation, already training, already pushing his limits, stronger than ever. A warm smile spreads across Goku's face, a look of pure, excited joy. "Heh, guess we'll start all over again, Vegeta." His voice is a whisper on the cosmic winds, a promise of a rivalry and friendship that will echo through eternity. The final flame doesn't vanish, it becomes a part of everything. Across infinite worlds, newborn beings feel a tiny spark within them, the will to protect, to grow, to overcome any odd. The legend of the Saiyan who refused to let hope die becomes the foundational story of creation itself, whispered in the light of every new star. And in the epilogue of this grand saga, on a distant, rocky planet, a young Saiyan with spiky black hair gazes up at the twin suns in the sky. For a fleeting moment, his aura flickers with a faint golden light. The cycle begins anew. The story of Goku's flame, the story of hope, is endless. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible what-if journey. If you love this story and want to see more epic sagas, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments what you thought of the Eternal Saiyan. Until next time, keep pushing your limits.